People will always be who they are.
Never, never, never die. 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 Never die.
All right, this is the Angry Dad. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. And before we get into today's podcast, I like to thank my podcast sponsors, Everyday Fit Life, a simple, fast, easy program. You know what I'm saying? Step by step, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't get any easier than this to follow. I'm talking about what to eat, how to train, when to eat, what to drink, the simple tweaks that you need to make a dramatic change in your weight loss goal here. I'm talking about if you want to put on muscle, lose weight, if you want to get lean and tighten up, well, guess what? You can do both with a lean body, strong body program, and each program comes in a 30-day, 60-day, and 90-day program. You just pick how long you want to follow the program. And guess what? You're not just how long to follow the program, but guess what? This is meant to set you up to continue to do the program because it's a lifestyle change. It's something you do on a continuous basis for the rest of your life, and it will help set you up for success for the goals that you're trying to reach in your health. That is Everyday Fit Life. Use code AngryDad at checkout and get 20% off with my code Everyday Fit Life, Angry Dad Podcast. Make sure you check it out. I appreciate it. All the links in the notes, so please check it out. Let's get into today's show. You know, there's some things in life that we can't change. There's people in our lives that we can't change. People will always be who they are. Some people are naturally nice. Some people are naturally mean. Some people just love chaos. It's one of those things. You know, like we don't have any say on how people live their lives or treat others or treat themselves. You know, we can only do so much. We can only help so much. We can only extend ourselves to somebody for so long. You know, I've tried to help many people in my life, and I've tried to help a lot of friends, and, you know, sometimes things end up being what they are. You know what I'm saying? People are comfortable with how they live their life and how they're willing to accept their life. You know, I was definitely, you know, in that slump myself, you know, for a good portion of my life where I just let shit go to hell because I just felt there was no other way. There was no other change that could happen in my life. You know, and, you know, I grew out of it. I changed it. And guess what? I've always tried to help others in understanding this. You know what I'm saying? I've had a lot of friends help me. I've had a lot of family members help me. I've had a lot of people help me get to where I'm at now. And I always recognize it. I always acknowledge it. And I want you guys to understand that too. You know, you can only do so much for someone willing to do what they're willing to do for themselves. You know, you can run into a burning building doesn't mean you can drag somebody out. You know, there are a lot of people who are comfortable with what's going on in their life, the chaos, the hecticness, the stress, the drama. Some people thrive in it. It's what excites them. It's what they want. You know, I can't tell you why or how come or any of that shit. I just know that some people just want their lives like that, you know, and a lot of people will be like, well, it's, you know, it's circumstance, it's, you know, my environment, it's this and this and this. And guess what? I've come from the same environment. I've dealt with the exact same things. I've gone through my adversities and I've gone through my troubles. And look, they might not be as bad as everybody else's, but I had a lot holding me back and I didn't let it stop me. I didn't let it change me. I didn't let it, you know, fucking consume me and bring me down for my whole entire life. It definitely held me down for a while, but that's not what I wanted to do. That's not how I wanted to live, and that's not how I wanted to be. And like I said, I've extended my hands, I've extended my things, and, you know, and there's a lot of us out there that do that. Family members, best friends, you know, coworkers, fucking, people out there are giving their time and their lives to help people change their own lives. You know, sometimes people are a lost cause and you need to recognize that. Do not destroy your health. Do not destroy your life. Do not destroy your mindset over somebody who will not fix themselves. All right. Some people are just going to do what they're going to do. You know, it's hard to let go. It's hard to not want to try And there's a lot of people out there that will use tactics like, oh, you don't love me, so you won't help me. You won't be there. I'm all alone. They're going to play the victim as long as they can and make you feel a certain fucking way and manipulate you. And that's what happens. That's what they do. They're good at it. All right. You'll get in your emotions, you'll get in your feelings, and you feel guilty because you have an abundance and they don't. The reason they don't have an abundance is their own fucking fault. And that's the real fucking truth. All right. A lot of people can grow, a lot of people can change, and a lot of people can adapt. But there's always going to be just one or two that can't, won't, because they thrive in where they're at. And when I say thrive, they're not just fucking like, succeeding and all this stuff. It's like, no, they're getting the emotion, they're getting the attention, there's something that they're getting from everyone else that keeps them doing what they do. There are mental conditions, there are problems, there's so many other things that can attribute to that kind of chaos in life. But also too, you fucking hang around it enough, it'll consume you. It'll bring you down, it'll shit on you, and it'll ruin your fucking life. I constantly say you need to put yourself first before anybody else. And the reason that is because you can see the downstream. You can see what's important. Don't stress you, your family, your financial situation. Don't put pressure on your own life for somebody else. And the reason you don't do that is because it'll ruin what you've built. It'll ruin what you have. It'll put a divide. It'll make people feel unvalued in your life because you're putting someone else forward because you're desperately trying to help this person or whatever the situation is. I know it feels bad. I know you feel obligated. I know this shit is going on, but it's not worth your happiness. It's not worth your life. All you can do is try. And as long as you put in the effort, as long as you tried, no one can take that from you. Even the person you're trying to help is trying to make you feel guilty about not trying harder. Guess what? You only have so much effort. You only have so much time. You only have so much you should be willing to give. You're not giving up. You're just understanding. You're understanding what you have given, what you would give, and how much you will give. You draw a line in the sand and be like, look, I don't cross this line because this is now my life. This is now my happiness. This is now my family. I will not sacrifice this for anybody fucking else. Ever. Ever. All right. I've had to go through those trials and tribulations in my life too. I've had to pull my hand back from those that I've tried to help. But at the same fucking time, I did what I could. I said what I needed to say. And I've always been upfront. I've always been straightforward. I've always fucking just been straight to the point, fucking brutal about what I fucking have to say and do. Some people like it. Some people don't. But at the same fucking time, I know when I'll stop and I know when I'll give. That's just how I am. That's how I will always be. I've put pressure and done things in my life that have put my family at great stress, but no more. Never again. I will not hurt. I will not starve. I will not take away. I will not fucking put any responsibility on my family for somebody else's bullshit. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people need to hear this shit. Sometimes people need to understand this shit. Sometimes people just need to fucking get a fucking clue. It's a harsh reality. This is not an easy thing to talk about, but I talk about it because guess what? It's always something that needs to be said. It's something that needs to be brought up. It is something that can make and break somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's about having these kind of conversations that fucking suck, but guess what? They suck because they do. The situation sucks. No one wants to see anybody struggle. No one ever wants to see anybody hurting. Nobody wants to see anybody losing in life. But you got to understand, there's a limit. There's a limit to what you can do. There's a limit to what you can give. There's a limit of how much you can let somebody do something. And understand I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. This is that bullshit. I'm sorry. It is what it fucking is. You know what I'm saying? And and I just bring this up because like I said, it's just sometimes I think back of like past, memories of things that I've tried to do, things that I fucking, really expected to turn out better that haven't. And the reason they haven't is because I let it happen. And the reason it happened is because I really wanted to fucking help. I really wanted to make a difference. I really wanted to make a change. And that change never fucking came. But guess what? All the fucking pain and anguish of the effort that I put into other people fucked me. And I'll never let it fuck me again. Ever. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it it's not the fun part. It's not the best part, but it's also a part that needs to be said. It's also a part that needs to be thought out. It's also a part that, like having communication in your family of understanding, like, I'm will only do this. This is as far as I'm willing to fucking go, and setting that fucking boundary. You know what I'm saying? Always set that fucking boundary. People don't fucking like people in a situation that are not making it. They'll step on a boundary. They'll make you feel uncomfortable. They do whatever they can, not to manipulate you, but to make you feel a certain fucking way. And when you start feeling that certain fucking way, they fucking got you. But it's understanding and recognizing, like, nope, that's fucking it. I might be cold hearted, might be fucking fucked up, but at the same fucking time, not my time, not my effort, not my fucking peace. No one can fuck with my life. I will only do what I can when I can because I can. Not because someone else wants me to, not because you need me to, not because of any other fucking stupid fucking reason that anybody can fucking make up. It's like, no, it's my fucking choice what I do when I fucking do, whether I choose to help or fucking not. That's the fucking reality of the situation. I'm just saying. It fucking sucks to have these conversations. It sucks to talk about shit like this, but at the same fucking time, realize what's worth it. One person that you're trying to help, or your fucking family, your happiness, your sanctity, your home. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that need to come first before somebody fucking else. So make sure you realize that shit. Make sure you understand that shit. Make sure you fucking get that shit. And guess the fuck what? This the Angry Motherfucking Dad. You want to watch my shit? YouTube. You want us to do a Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcast, Podbean, SoundCloud, Deezer, iHeartRadio. This motherfucker's everywhere. You can easily fucking find it. Rate, review, like, subscribe, all that fucking bullshit. It really helps me to fuck out. I'm also part of the Inner Circle Podcast Network, group of powerful podcasters out there sharing their shit. That is innercirclepn.com. Take it to every one of our websites, every one of our shows. So make sure you check it the fuck out. We have shows as The Plunge, Failing Hollywood, Simmons and More, The Untrained Eye, The Hood Diner. Shit happens when you party naked. So make sure you check it the fuck out. And I'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. Fuck.
always living, always living, always living, always living.